Yeah, I knew it was full of garbage. Cyanide. Yeah, right. Stupid machine thinking. No. Anyway, come in. Load it up, load it up, load it up. Up, 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 up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. $89 though, it's a decent number. I'm getting up there, almost at 100. Okay. Need this. 8,401. And then we need the big mode and that. Perfection. Alright. Hey, hello, hello. Yeah, it's basically Dr. Pepper. Energy drink, basically called Dr. Bum, I think. It's not bad. Made some progress in Sonic, which was good. We got past the Lava Reef Act, which was giving me issues. I don't know what I'll do Friday. Actually, could do a safari hunt on Friday, I suppose. Start the safari stuff. Probably start it in the Grand Marsh. Funnily enough, I've never actually tried to hunt there. So that would actually be kind of fun to do. And if I can just surf past the Snorlax on the other side of the Kanto map, I might just surf around it and go to Koga. So we can get to the Safari Zone. Hey! 2 peopleages. How's the peoples? Peoples. I think we'll get Bulbasaur to 10 or 12,000 eventually, and then do some Charmanders. But that is the game plan. I had an audience. each and every one of the subscribers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is a privilege to make content for you guys, and hopefully I'm keeping you guys entertained. I mean, I must be doing something right, right? I try to keep it fresh and rotate it every once in a while so you guys don't get bored. I honestly wish I was a little bit more of a talkative soul, because I feel like I'm kind of dry and boring. Hey. Having a look over that way occasionally to check the Bulbasaurs, because this is a little bit cluttered up, unfortunately, but I kind of like what's up there, so I don't really want to move anything. I do wonder how my old classmates are doing now. And whoever is the new subscriber, thank you. Hopefully you're having an amazing day, or night, wherever you are. And if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, just throw them in chat, you know? Open book. I'm a very compassionate little ladybug, so feel free to comment away, question away. You know, no judgment here. I'd rather spread warmth and acceptance than see a world where people are, how shall we say, depressed and miserable. Just not my thing. I can't stand seeing people suffering. Slight hiccup in the thing, and now it seems to be doubled up. Weird. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, if you guys have anything at all you want to say, don't be afraid to say it, you know? Yep. Hey. Suffering is my middle name. Friend, hope you're having a good night. I'm not doing too bad. We are trying to get this over-odds little Bulbasaur to be nice to us, so we'll see how that goes. But yes, how is the Sparked Sniper? But yeah, I'm no stranger to pain myself. It sucks, but it does happen. And if we ever find our Bulbasaur, maybe we can find Deoxys or starting Nuz Badgequest combo, whatever we end up doing with this file. Excuse me. Just woke up from a nap, not going on much on right now. Right on, gotcha, gotcha. It's always nice to have a chill moment when you don't have anything going on. Just for laughs, anybody have a number guess for when the Bulbasaur might want to shine? Also, I'm kind of excited because we're like really close to 100 subscribers, so I might make Deoxys the 100 subscriber special, like as a hunt, you know? I think that'd be really cool. Well, actually, maybe Deoxys, Lugia, and Ho-Oh, once we, you know, finish the league and everything in the game. Do 3 special haunts to commemorate, like, getting to 100 subs when and if we do. Which, literally, we're not too far from. Bulbasaur is my favorite Gen 1 starter, honestly, always choosing him. Yeah, he is pretty cool, plus he wrecks the first 2 gyms, no problem. Besides, you know, maybe Psybeam from Misty's Staryu. Like, that's really the only issue you run into early game with him. Or her. I mean, Charmander's got Metal Claw, but that only does so much against Brock. However, having Mega Kick on Charmeleon does help with Misty's Starmie, if you can avoid a few attacks. And Squirtle at least gets you past Brock. But yeah, loving the idea for Bulbasaur for this playthrough. Should make the early game pretty easy for us. I don't think we'll run into any real issues till about Sabrina/Blaine. No doubt he gets a Mega Glow Up later with Venusaur and is pretty tanking. Yeah. I'm thinking one of our encounters is probably going to be the Salesman's Magikarp, which will reset for so we can have Red Gyarados and like Bite and stuff for like Sabrina. We could also go for a Ghost type in the tower, which would be great. Of course, there's also that very low chance of rolling a shiny Cubone, which would kind of suck if we're gonna go up against Sabrina, but we'll see how things work out. You know? And if this is ever compatible with like home and all that, I might end up sending the starters from here into Champions. Plus, I think their new season starts in a couple days anyway. Ghastly, yeah, Ghastly Haunter Gengar. I think in the next wave of Champions updates, they're thinking about bringing in Legendaries. Which, to me, that's gonna bring a little bit of chaos. Oh, that's going to change the meta so much. Maybe not necessarily in a good way. can already see it now. Kyogre and Groudon are gonna be major threats. But yeah, I love me some Ghastly. Definitely one of my favorite ghost types. Would gladly run Articuno, my favorite Pokemon. If I do a Nuzlocke style challenge, I think I am gonna institute some set rules where I actually do go for like a shiny legendary or something. Because most people avoid that. I think as long as the opponent can still take it down, it should be fair game. Plus, like, the emotional impact of that, like, say you get the shiny legendary and then you somehow lose it to the opponent, that would be devastating. And kind of good content, too. Soft spot for Groudon. Ruby might be my favorite game. I'm really hoping they port Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald to the Switch and the Switch 2. Which I predict probably before the end of this year, they will most likely end up doing that. Which would be amazing. Especially if we get access to the Japanese Mew event, but in English, and we can finally transfer it up. You know how amazing that's gonna be? I am stoked for that. Like, that is gonna be my #1 hunt as soon as it's available, if it's available. Because I would like to hunt that not on a Game Boy Advance. I mean, I could, but I'd much rather do it on something I can actually live stream. If they do that, I might start my Switch up again. Well, I mean, Fire Red and Leaf Green are on the Switch, so you just gotta go to the eShop. They're like, I think in the US it's like $21.40. Of course, that depends on your area too. They're, in my opinion, decently priced. But again, different countries, different currencies, all that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Having some of the classics. I'm hoping they bring more, but we'll see how that goes. It'd be crazy if Nintendo somehow brought over the DS and 3DS library to the Switch too. That would actually be pretty cool. But yeah, if they bring over Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I am doing a shiny starter hunt for each one. Stop playing around time Fire Red Leaf Green were released. Depression is no joke, as I'm sure you're aware. I am very familiar with Depression. Yes, I am. I know where you're coming from with that. That shit sucks. I definitely know where you're coming from with that. But other than that, how are you doing? Eventually I might get back into streaming Persona once we get some of our hunts knocked out. Because I got the Persona 3 Reload, the remake of Persona 3 for the Switch 2, the digital keycard version. Because I want to get through a full playthrough of that game either the remake or the original. It doesn't really matter to me which. I've never sat down and fully played through it all the way. I've done 4. I think I've done 5. Maybe I haven't done 5. I've done 5 a little bit. No, 5 I haven't finished, that's right. But yeah, the Persona series, really good stuff. I basically consider it the mature man's Pokemon, essentially. I mean, you got the same basic, like, type affinities and stuff. You're just dealing with a more mature take on the formula. Yeah. Definitely know what depression feels like, and I don't wish that on anybody. I wish there was a way to just completely get rid of that. I love me some Yu-Gi-Oh! I do. I actually do play Master Duel once in a while. I haven't played for a while, though. I was really stoked when they added the Illusion Gate card to Master Duel. Very powerful card. You can only use it once per duel, and you gotta pay like half your life points to activate it, but you wipe out your opponent's monster field, and then you get your choice of one monster from the graveyard, ignoring its summoning conditions, so it's pretty darn powerful. So if you, like, negate your opponent's effects, clear their board, and then just take their strongest card and basically say, I got your beat stick. Boom. Oh, could you imagine snatching, like, Chaos Max or something with that? That'd be deadly. Oh, not to mention Chaos Max is, like, double piercing damage. Started playing Master Duel again some time ago. Usually runs Psychic Synchros. Gotcha. I think it's the Psychic End Blaster, maybe I'm thinking of. It, like, heals and damages at the same time. It's a pretty useful one. One of these times, I gotta recreate my actual deck and then start testing it out against some of these newer decks. With this card, Psychic End Punisher, it gets an increased attack, and the difference between you and your opponent's life points and its stacks. Yeah, that's a pretty powerful card. I think my friend Zeke has it, and I never really have a good time when that thing comes out, because it is hard to deal with. Like, unless you have the right setup, it kind of just walls you. For the longest time, I had a Dark Magician, yeah, I think it was a Dark Magician base deck. Then I shifted it to a 5Ds base deck, then now it's kind of like a Dark Magician 5Ds / Egyptian God style deck. So it's a pretty interesting mix. I even had Exodia in it at one point. Fun fact, I've pulled that off twice in the first turn, and it was freaking hilarious. Real life, like, I draw my first 5 cards and it's like, well, there's Exodia, match end. Or dual end. Don't know how I managed it, but it was funny as hell. Very rare for that to ever happen, but I mean, hey, hilarity. Dark Magician is still pretty good right now. Yes, it is. Played it for a while and it's fun. Exodia is still fun to play 25 years later. Yeah, I'm still floored by the duelists that can draw their entire deck in a single turn. How? That shouldn't even be legal. Like, I legit feel like that should be banned. Like, it's cool and all, but like, can we not? Oh. Like, in today's day and age, like, doesn't matter what the boss monster is, everyone has an X to Z combo to get right to it. It's like, well, dang, where's the build-up? No kidding. I think there's even some self-mill decks, too. Like, there's so many crazy strategies, it floors me. People who FTK. Phew, yeah. Like, unless you got an Ash Blossom or something, like hand traps. And I hate using hand traps, but that's like the only way you're stopping some of that. So unless they start banning like hand traps and that's never really going away anytime soon. I don't know, man. Crazy stuff. I've also heard I could be wrong, but I think I've heard there was a new Yu-Gi-Oh project in the works. So maybe to do with the Duel Monsters era. I'm wondering if they're gonna make an anime adaptation of like Yu-Gi-Oh! R or something. From like the comic series. I think it was a side series where it dealt with like Yako Tenmo, which is, I think, Pegasus's adopted son or something. And he had the 3 Wicked God cards. So if they go that route, that would be kind of interesting. Or if they make like an anime adaptation of like maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Reshift Destruction, which is kind of based on the same thing. But instead of using Yako Tenmo, they basically made Pegasus the new villain. In a different sort of light. It would be interesting, yes. What I would find interesting, though, is if they made like a new series in the Duel Monsters era, but they had a new Shadow Duelist or something, but give him the power to like resurrect old foes like Merrick, Bakura, Pegasus, or clone him or something. You know, create an all-star, basically ensemble of villains that you gotta battle royale through. Because that would give Yugi and Kaiba and them a run for their money. Especially if they had like updated decks and stuff. Like, if Pegasus had Toon Kingdom on top of, like, field protection and stuff, he could be a threat. I still find it funny that they finally made, in Japan only for right now, a Blue Eyes Toon Ultimate Dragon. So yeah, a Toon version of that. Oh my gosh. Not only that, but the Toon Blue Eyes Ultimate basically has... Well, you know how Kaiba's Blue Eyes tried to attack the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon? The Toon Ultimate basically has a feature like that built in. It's crazy. Not to mention, like, it getting to attack directly, and that applies to all Toons what's on the field. It essentially says, yeah, we don't really need Toon Rule to get at you. Like, that's a scary card. I'm still surprised they haven't made, like, a Toon a Toon Dark Paladin and a Toon Black Soul Dragon. because we have Toon Summon Skull, Toon Red Eyes, Toon Dark Magician, Toon Buster Blader, Toon Fusions. You know, the door's open for that. And can you imagine if they ever got like a Synchro or Xyz or something? Maybe Relinquish based? A lot of potential there. And low-key, I could kind of see Toons getting like pendulums and stuff. First time seeing Blue Eyes, Ultimate Toon Dragon, lol, that card is wicked. Yes! And I think the artwork's kind of funny too. But yeah, when I first heard about that card, I lost my mind. I'm like, you're seriously making this? I was ecstatic. I'm like, oh. If I ever get my hands on that card, Zeke is not gonna like it. Oh. Literal 4500 beat stick that can bypass your trickery and can allow all my tunes to wallop you over the head. Yeah. Oh. Pegasus fans are eating good right now whenever that card hits the US. And also, Pegasus has always kind of been one of my favorite villains, just because of the whole Toon archetype and everything. And like, when he first came on the scene, they were damn near indestructible. Like, literally. Yes. I wonder if they'll ever do like a retrain for like the God cards, giving them their like anime style effects. But even if they did, they would probably have them forbidden for the longest time. I think they've made, yeah, I'm pretty sure they've made some retrains of the Sacred Beasts, giving them more of their anime style effects. And also they're treated as, I think, Sacred Beast cards while that goes on. Yomipakura is pretty cool. Pretty stick too. But as a villain, I like him. I find it crazy that they basically hinted he was the final villain right from the beginning of the anime, though. You just didn't pick up on that till much later. Like, you first get the hint as he's talking to Pegasus right before he basically offs him. Well, he doesn't really off him, at least in the anime. But, yeah. I wonder though, like say, Pegasus and Bakura ever teamed up, I wonder how they would do for like, against Merrick or something. Quite scary, yes. Like, I think the scariest one out of all of them was like Merrick. Merrick slash Ancient Day Bakura. I think we're like two of the scariest villains in that show. Yeah, he was playing chess in that. Kind of like Persona 2 in a way, like, you don't know who the final villain is right off the bat, but usually within the first hour of gameplay, 3 and 4 specifically, you get that hint, kind of. Bakura and Pegasus would probably still lose to Merrick, unfortunately. Maybe, maybe not. Like, if they had Pegasus with his plot armor in Toon World, Merrick would have a hard time hitting that. Unless they write it into the script where, yeah, Raw is just so powerful, your Toon World just does not have any effect here. Which I could see happening. But it would be funny if Raw tried to launch an attack and the Toon just flat out evaded it. but maybe as a side effect, the duelist still takes some life point damage as, like, collateral or something, you know? Either way, it'd be interesting to see what would happen there. Man, I have come a long way as a streamer. Before, like, I could barely say 2 words on camera. Look at me now. I mean, I'm still shy and quiet, but at least I'm able to somewhat hold a conversation now. Let's see if we can get this Bulby boy, though. I think an interesting what if, though, would be if Kaiba would have went to the dark side in the Darts saga. Like, maybe Darts offers him, you know, power and whatever to try and take down Yugi. Like, Kaiba with the Orichalcos would be crazy scary, to be honest. Because, I mean, even Kaiba's weak monsters with an Orichalcos boost, 19 to 2400, say Vorse Raider, Battleox, you know, some of his weakest cards could become pretty deadly under that. Yeah, I'm still kind of surprised though, like I said before, that they didn't write into it that Kaiba joined Darts' side. I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, in a way, I guess you could consider him kind of... He's not exactly good, he's not exactly evil, he's kind of like an... I want to almost say anti-hero? But I do like Kaiba, he's a pretty cool character. Especially with those blue eyes white dragons, man. Ferocious little beasts. Take a good chunk out of your life points, too. I wonder if they'll make... It would be... Darts anime deck is weird to play against. Yeah. There are a few simulators that allow you to do that. I really like Orichalcos Gygus. That card is a menace. Very hard to get rid of. Not to mention if you had that, say, Power of the Guardians on your opponent's card, Gygus could keep crashing into it, and then if you had, like, Rainbow Life, not only would you be gaining attack, but they would be giving you life points out of it, too. So, you'd basically be at infinite life, so to speak. Was in a duel room some weeks back, and some dude used a really strange deck. He pulled full strength Shinros out of nowhere, jaw dropped. Yikes. That is scary. Especially with the anime effect. Literally, its attack and defense are equal to the damage you sustained. That would be horrifying to go up against. Like, that is the definition of terror. Oh no! I think the controllers are low. No! Well, darn. I mean, I do have the wired controller I can plug in. So I'll probably get 3 more encounters in, and then we'll go grab the wired controller. That way we can keep this going. Because it'd be a shame to just end it here. Alright. March, April, May, June, July. 2 months till the convention again. Not sure. May or may not go to. Darts is honestly a dark guy. Yeah, he's pretty up there on the list of villains. And just the fact that he supposedly was around for 10,000 years, like, whew. Not to mention, like, his magic and stuff was around 5,000 years before the pharaohs. So, yeah. That's crazy. We'll get this encounter in, and then we'll get to our controller switching thing. Ooh. I think the craziest part of his villain arc was the fact that, like, they literally drained the power from the Egyptian god cards. At that time, those were some of the strongest things in the anime. And yeah. Not only that, but he tricked the pharaoh really easily at that stone tablet. Alright, let me grab a controller. Is that connected to? Yes, it is. Okay. Alright. Plug you into here. There we go. Alright. And as they say, the show will go on. I wonder if they'll ever actually print the rest of the Orichalcos cards. If they keep Gygus the same, that is going to be a crazy card. Favorite game of all time? That is a tough one. I got a lot of favorites. Sonic Heroes, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously, Dragon Ball games, Yu Hakusho. It's a shame they didn't make more in the US. I think they only made a couple. Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Like, I got a whole list of things, man. So many different genres. Resident Evil, Doom, Heretic. So many different things. Persona, obviously. Personas are good. So many different options. And then there's the old school games like MechWarrior 2, Descent 2. Eventually, maybe I'll do a playthrough of like the Metal Gear games. Or something. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, that was a fun one to play through. I want to get around to trying out Neverest to Everest. It's supposed to be like a anime-styled Grand Theft Auto or something. Usually say Perfect Dark is my favorite old game and Halo 5 is my favorite new. I think Halo 5 is one of the few I haven't actually played. Funnily enough, I have the Master Collection on Steam. I think I got it when it was on discount. Or maybe I got it full price. I don't remember, but I have access to that. I'm really hoping they remake... I've heard they might be remaking Dino Crisis, which would be really cool. And if they remake that, I hope they remake Parasite Eve, which was like a PlayStation 1 style game. Like, with modern day graphics, that game would be beautiful. I still have the first and second game for PlayStation somewhere stuffed away. I really need to get around to live streaming some of these older games. It'd be a blast. Five is the only game not on the MCC. Shame, but it is like 100 gigs on its own. Dang. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, now I forgot. Oh yeah, Devil May Cry. 90? I think we just gained a subscriber. Hi. Hello, hello. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. The campaign stunk, but the multiplayer was good. Gotcha. Yeah, sometimes the campaigns don't always work out, but multiplayers are usually fun. Wow. Thank you. So how is that chat doing tonight? I know I'm having a blast. And to all the new subbies, thank you, thank you. A mixture of things, actually. Usually shiny hunting, but sometimes we do other stuff. I eventually want to do Zelda, maybe more mature games like Resident Evil or Doom. We'll eventually do some more Yu-Gi-Oh! And things like that. It's kind of a mixed bag here. I usually try and keep a light and fun energy going, though. I'm definitely more talkative than I used to be. I could barely say 2 words on camera, like I was saying earlier. Occasionally I have ChatGPT whip up some images and then I throw them up on the channel. Kind of how some of those stickers and stuff came to be. It's pretty cool. I do TCG stuff in person. I do like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel occasionally, but yeah, it's strictly mostly video games. Oh yeah. Got this in the mail the other day. It was pretty cool. It's an anime-style tarot deck. I unboxed it the other day. I like the art and stuff. It was pretty cool. As we were chatting about earlier, they are going to be releasing a Blue Eyes Toon Ultimate Dragon at some point, and it's a pretty powerful menace. Pegasus fans are definitely going to be eating good on that one. And if Twilight Princess ever comes to the NSO, I could stream that. I collect, but I don't play in person. That would be so cool. Yeah. Anymore, I kind of just collect. If I had more people to play against in person, I would definitely do so, but is what it is. As I was saying earlier, we got through some of Sonic 3. We got past the Lava Reef Zone, which was a menace to me. And the boss fight literally embodies the quote, "The floor is lava." You lose your rings and you don't beat the boss, you ain't getting through that stage. Luckily enough, I was able to get it through it with the fire shield, so yay! Don't have all the emeralds, so we're kind of stuck at the Death Egg robot. But we'll get through it eventually, maybe next week, if we're lucky. If not, might take a couple streams, but we'll get through it on Twitch. I think tomorrow on Twitch I will be doing some Pokemon XD around 9 o'clock. And eventually they're gonna have Coliseum on there too. Maybe eventually Sonic Heroes, I don't know. So many different things that can happen with NSO. Oh, I keep forgetting to check that. I was gonna go on the eShop and check for like Magic the Gathering Arena to see if they dropped it on consoles yet. Because I know it was supposed to be coming out at some point. But I haven't really heard anything about it either. But then again, I haven't really checked up on that. So, probably something I'll do after stream. I guess you guys have any suggestions or something you would like to see on the channel, feel free to throw it out there and I'll craft some ideas. Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. More the merrier, I say. Plus, I'm having a blast, so woo! Maybe, just maybe, we can find this bullfrog. And maybe they'll eventually drop Emerald on the Switch and Switch 2. And they'll finally make it so that Mew can be hunted. When I haven't played through, even though it's my fan favorite Coliseum. I want to take up the mantle of a crazy challenge. Whenever they release Coliseum, I want to try and go for every single shiny shadow Pokemon. Because you can do that in the first one, not the second one, because they patched out the glitch that allowed it. Which is a thing to do with the trainer IDs or something, but I want to try, excuse me, I want to try a challenge where I try to get every shiny shadow Pokemon at the full odds, and yeah, that might be the death of me, but hey, fun challenge, right? I'm always up for something crazy. And that would definitely be an interesting challenge. I don't know if I'd ever complete it, but it'd be fun to try. Not to mention, with Coliseum, you will have to save at the Pokemon Center, because originally they didn't have the option in XD where you could just save anywhere. You had to save at specific spots. So as you can imagine, that can be quite time-consuming, especially if you have to play through a certain area a lot of times. Eventually, I need to finish playing through Heretic on the channel. Got through the first 2 episodes. Technically beat the 3rd on camera, but of course, because of the lags and stuff, it didn't record everything, so I eventually had to remake that. And then try and get through the other episodes. More subbies? Cool. I'm liking this. Thank you, thank you. As I was saying earlier, if we get to 100 subs, I might do like a Lugia, Ho, and Deoxys hunt for like the 100 sub special, which we're really close to. I'm excited. 3! Yay! I'm thinking tomorrow or Friday we might do a Grand Marsh hunt for like a safari week or month sort of thing. Because I have been wanting to do that for the longest time. And I think it'd be a cool little challenge to do. Be really heartbreaking if the shiny got away, though. But I mean, it wouldn't be too terrible with the shiny. Oh wait, no, shiny charm doesn't. That's right, it's broken in BDSP because it only works on eggs. Because they messed up the coding or something. I don't know what the issue there is, but man. But yes, hello to everybody. How is the peoples? Hopefully you are having an amazing night. Man, I ain't been this energized in forever. It would be fun and terrifying at the same exact time. 92! Yes! That's awesome. Thank you, thank you. And eventually, I might do another, like, shiny giveaway in Legends ZA. Because I always end up getting more of that than what I need. Like, I have an overabundance of shinies in that game because they're just not easy to get. It's sad. What's really fun, though, is going through Hyperspace Lumios. Hello, hello. Hey. I said reset. Hello, hello. Anybody got a number? Guess for the little bullfrog. Of what number it might be shiny? Hopefully before 9,000. But yeah, streams are so much more fun with people actually here. I love it. Amazing. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions of what you might like to see on the channel, I'll take it into consideration. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good night. I'm having a blast. Can you imagine if this thing actually shined? I'd actually have to do a reaction. Almost to 8,500, which means we're 1,500 away from 10,000. In terms of anime, I've actually been watching a new one that's been catching my eye. It's called Rent-A-Girlfriend. It's got a pretty good premise. It's got some adult themes to it, but I really like the whole dynamic between the main female character and the main male character. It's really heartwarming in certain parts. Kind of can't help but feel for the guy getting dumped like literally a month into his relationship. That sucks, man. Shiny Bulbasaur would be a welcome addition. Yes, it would. Just helping with the push to 100. Best luck. A lot of people on Poke and TCG content collecting, to be specific, personally. Gotcha, gotcha. I appreciate. But yeah, if we ever find the Bulbasaur, maybe, just maybe, we can start on our Deoxys hunt. Literally 8 away. That's crazy. I mean, that was kind of my goal before 2027, and we're right at the cusp of it. But that's just the beginning. Like, I think my next goal is going to be to shoot for 1,000. But I want to get to 100 first. Like, I slowly want to build the bar far higher and higher. Just to challenge myself and other things, you know? But yeah, I like collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff. It's fun. Haven't done it in a while. Back a while back, I think I got one of those tournament-style decks that had, what was it? Madzaruki, Sky Striker, and something else. So if I ever used that against Zeke, he might get a little annoyed. Because I know Sky Strikers are pretty powerful. I love the camaraderie of chat. It is awesome. Glad everyone's having a good time too. Stuck at 925, but I need to grind more. 925 of cards or something else? I'm actually kind of interested. And once we have the Bulbasaur, then it's time to wreck Rock and Misty. Subs. Nice. Congratulations, that is a great number to have. Maybe at some point I will catch up. But yes, major congrats to that. That is a feat in itself. I think one of the things that got me into streaming was people like A-Drive, Tyranitar Tube, people like that. Just getting to see the cool shinies and stuff on camera, and then me actually hatching a Ladybug at one point, which kind of snowballed the whole idea of the channel. It was amazing. Thank you. Oh, you're talking to them, but yeah. Either way, I appreciate you guys. It's amazing. You're amazing. Kev the Pokeghost. Ghost, some type of sprite-faced maybe, and another ghost. That's pretty cool. I like emojis. Supposedly at some point, they're supposed to be having an anime movie coming to theaters called Labyrinth. I think the premise is this female character gets stuck in this other world because she like drops her phone or something, and her alter ego is essentially taking over her life, and she's got to find a way back to the real world. It's a really interesting premise. And if it ever hits theaters, I want to go see it because it looks amazing. And yes, thank you, Kev, the Pokeghost, for stopping by. Eventually, I'll get my Cousin Austin's Fion done. That's kind of been on the back burner off and on. I think I've hatched probably 1,200 eggs so far, on and off camera. It's been crazy. So many hunts and so little time, as they say. Always doing something. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for the people that recommended too. That's awesome. You're awesome. Yeah, and that's just what I haven't hatched. That's our back burner hunt, one of our many. Eventually I want to do a shiny Piplup hunt. Like, there's so many things I want to do. Safari Grand Marsh thing, like I was saying earlier. So many different routes we can take. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Oh, you guys are awesome. I would appreciate that if that does happen. If not, hey, it's still cool. The fact that I'm at 92 is amazing. I'm just gonna have to start a weekly shout out to milestones on your channel at this point. Hey, if you want to do it, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. I need all the help I can get. Eventually, if I can manage it somehow, I'd like to make this my full-time job. It'd be amazing. Just getting a stream with you guys, you know, maybe eventually get paid for it. It'd be awesome. It's always been kind of like a dream job of mine. Just chill back with people and just relax. Maybe stop by Kev's live stream tomorrow evening. Yeah, it's always nice to help people out. No ifs, ands, or buts. We'll do that to pick a couple peeps for the game. Last Ghost Standing we play. Ah. Ah. Might help if I actually push the button, wouldn't it? Oh. I haven't laughed like this in God knows how long. I really needed it. So, thank you guys for that. When and if the shiny ever shows up, I'll have to move some pictures around so you guys can actually see it, though. So right now, it's a little bit combobulated over there. Oh. One thing I really like to do, though, is, like, throw some images in ChatGPT and just have it create a, like a sticker set or something. It's really cool. See you tomorrow, Mr. Future 100. Gotta work in 5 hours. Okay. See you later. Take care. Stay hydrated. And see you in the next one. Usually between 10 and 4, well, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Somewhere around that time. I'm usually streaming Monday through Friday. And between 9 p.m. and 11 Monday through Friday, I'm on Twitch sometimes. So if you don't see me on one, just check the other. I might be live. Yeah, definitely get some sleep. Sleep is very important. eventually we'll find our frog? Question mark? But yeah, what do you guys think of the on-screen stickers? I think they turned out pretty cool. Yep, take care, chat. The ones that have to go places. Maybe before the end of this stream, we will find our little bullfrog. Glad we can brighten your day just up a little bit. And that's what it's about. Yeah, I do appreciate it too. Like I said, I hadn't laughed in God knows how long. I really did need it, so thank you. If we ever find the Bulbasaur, maybe we can go for a Magikarp. Let's see, what after Magikarp? Maybe like a Voltorb or a Hitmonchan or something. Kind of try and make a well-rounded team. Stickers are fun. If you could find a way to show more of them on screen with them, that would be my preference, but they are fun. Maybe in a future stream, I'll show off some of the collection of them. Because I do have a few sets to show off, so at some point, yes, I will definitely do that. And somewhere in the channel, there's like a whole playlist of this little fan comic I made. So if you guys ever check that out, it should probably be pretty cool for you. I gave my own idea to like a dark, essentially version of myself and the other character. I thought it turned out pretty cool. Kind of based it off someone I knew, so kind of a nod to them. I get the feeling this bullfrog is gonna be shiny soon. I mean, we are over odds, but I wonder if they'd ever do like a modern day Yu Yu Hakusho video game. Like, it's been forever since they've made one. And it would be nice to see, like, Yusuke and them in HD. I saw the funniest meme the other day. It was, it had 3 characters on it. It had Hiei, Kuwabara, and, Kurama. And Hiei's line, because it was, you know, a meme thing, was, no, I think it started with Kuwabara. Anyway, I think Kuwabara says something to the effect of, I'll take you on anytime, any place. And Hiei's like, okay, I challenge you to a battle of wits. And then Kuwabara asks Kurama, what's a battle of wits? And Kurama's like, well, if you have to ask that, you've already lost. I'm like, damn. Like, ouch. Yes, it's such a good anime, even though it's kind of dark. But one of my top tier favorites. Especially what happens in the first 30 seconds of the anime. Like, the main hero literally gets run over and ends up having to be a spirit detective. Like, damn. Talk about pulling at your heartstrings right from the get-go. I think that's one of the reasons I like Yusuke as a character so much. Like, they build literal emotional depth right from the beginning of the anime. Like, seeing people closest to him and stuff, their reactions to what happens, like, it pulls you in, man. Especially his rival, you know, Kuwabara. And then he ends up later on reforming like Hiei and Kurama to a more lighter side. I mean, Hiei's still kind of dark, but I think you could kind of classify him as an anti-hero, but not exactly. He's in some weird gray area between the two. But Hiei's one of my favorite characters. Especially with the Dragon of the Darkness Flame. One of the coolest techniques, in my opinion. Inuyasha, yeah. What I think would be cool, though, is if they, say, for whatever reason, decided to make a continuation of Yu Hakusho, make another dark tournament, but have Yusuke recruit older Toguro and give him, like, a redemption arc. I think that would be interesting. You know? Like, bring him back as, like, a powerful character with some training and stuff. Like, he could be a powerhouse, for real. But yeah, it would be nice if they brought back older series like Inuyasha and stuff like that. I know Zeke likes it. I haven't really watched much of it, but one of these days I might. Eventually, I might get around to watching Doctor Who. I have the whole DVD box set, and I just haven't touched it. I've only watched like 4 episodes, but it's a really good show. I think they had like a 60s version, and then they remade it for the modern day. But it's a pretty good show. Pretty funny. Classic anime often had kind of bad endings, not necessarily bad writing, just bad ended abruptly or something. Yeah, sometimes that does happen. Yu Hakusho is one of those shows. DBZ is another, and Inuyasha. Yeah, I really love Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, GT, like all the old school anime, even Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Like, there's a lot of good old school stuff. I mean, Evangelion is kind of dark, but I did like that show too. I would like to see like a storyline where Goku does end up meeting Bardock, though, like legitimately canonized. I think that'd be pretty cool. Apparently, Mr. Zeke is playing Grand Theft Auto on Twitch. So, if you guys ever go over there, I think his username is Zeke Fox or Zeke Foxed, one of the two. You should be able to find him pretty easily on Twitch. So if you guys ever over there, just pop in, say hello. I'm sure he'd enjoy it. Yeah, he plays on like a custom server, I think. They have their whole little special thing going on. Plus he plays like multiple different roles, so it's kind of cool watching him sometimes. Haven't done it in a while. But he has fun doing it, so. I think occasionally he streams like Metal Gear and stuff too. He should be if you run over to Twitch. Like I said, it should be like Zeke Fox or Zeke Foxed. Something like that. You should be able to find him pretty easily. I think it's a custom server, like 5 or 5 or something. But you'll know when you see him. Would be possible in Otherworld or HFIL. Don't think Bardock was a saint. No, not exactly, at least in his first interpretation. But it would be cool, Goku meeting his grandpa in Dragon Ball. Yeah. The sky's the limit nowadays with gaming. True. I wonder how Vegeta's reaction to meeting his dad would be like. That would be interesting, to say the least. Grandpa Gohan was such a nice old guy. Yeah, it's sad what happened to him. Basically getting stomped by a giant great ape. I think is how he ended up going out. Yeah. Always sad what happened to him. I never really understood why Goku never brought him back or anything. I mean, they have the Dragon Balls and stuff, but I don't know. That might have been painful. Plus, he was in an old age anyway, so maybe it was better for him. I'm still trying to understand how 17 survived the whole end of the Cell arc. Or better yet, for that matter, how did either of the androids survive? Because they were absorbed into him. Vegeta would probably act like he did around Beerus the first time, only person he truly respects. Well, he's still a prince and not a king, true. Like, I could see one thing happening if they brought back King Vegeta, and those two had a, like, talk or something. Maybe they get into a scuffle or an argument. Maybe Vegeta challenges him for the role of king? I don't know. Be kind of cool. One thing that confuses me, though, in GT, like, Nappa had all that time in the underworld to train and stuff. And he just walks up on the Earth when he gets there, and he has no power increase. Like, I find that a little hard to believe. Like, surely he would have trained and tried to become at least a Super Saiyan or something, you know? But I don't know. But in terms of, like, a Super of the Throne interesting arc, yeah. Like, if there was ever... Like, I know there's a Black Frieza in the manga, but if there was a Black Frieza, Black Cell, and then they merged with Boo, I think that would make a terrifying force. And another, I think, what-if character that people like is, like, maybe Goku Black merged with Baby Vegeta, you know? That would also make a terrifying force to be reckoned with. Not to mention Baby Vegeta's, like, parasitic takeover ability, where all he needs is a little cut, and he's got you basically under his control. Always felt bad for Nappa and Raditz, two of the last remaining Saiyans, and they just got trashed. Yeah, it was sad how little screen time they got. I wish they would have, like, fleshed out their characters more, but... I mean, it was kind of cool seeing that Goku had a brother, but... I feel like there was potential there that they could have used, like, maybe turn him to the good side. I mean, they did do a what-if about that in, like, I think Tenkaichi 2, where he changes sides and then he ends up crashing into Nappa and Raditz's pod. So in that universe, in what if Raditz basically takes out the 2 incoming Saiyans so his brother can have peace and all that. Still excellent writing though. Toriyama was a genius with character design. Yeah, it's sad that he's no longer here. Like, he passed away a while ago. It's kind of sad, honestly. He was a really good story writer, though. I wonder if we'll ever see, like, a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in GT, now that they've done the whole Daima stuff. Vegeta has a brother, too. I forget his name. Tarble. But they mention him once when they were looking for 5 Noble Saiyans. Yeah, I think it was like an offshoot special or something. It's like Son Goku or something and his friends return, and then they introduce Tarble and his wife. But yeah, rip to Akira Toriyama and rip to Kazuki Takahashi, creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I was so sad when I heard about that. And I think in the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh's case, I think he died trying to save someone. So literally an act of heroism. I think he, like, drowned or something. Yeah, it's really sad. Agreed, an inspiration for me from a young age. I paint, and DBZ were some of the first characters I drew. Gotcha. Yeah, anime had a big influence in my life too. Like, there was the biggest void, and those characters helped me get through a lot of stuff. It's crazy how, like, characters that aren't even real are better role models than half of the stuff on TV nowadays. He was trying to rescue some people and got swept out to sea, including a US soldier. Jeez. That's sad. Definitely RIP to the people that got lost in that. My condolences. Always sucks when that happens. Just a mini joke, but 200 drinks in and I'm not having a heart attack, so that's good. I shouldn't say that, but... I know if I have too many, though, I do start having issues. And I think there's some guy on the internet, or streamer or something, he had way too many, and I think they had to hospitalize him, or something worse might have happened. But yeah. Definitely don't take too many energy drinks, it's not good for you. Back when I was a Wendy's guy, I had to take 2 a night just to get me through the night, because I was dead-ass tired throughout the night. But yeah, if I ever make this a full-time gig, that'd be awesome. I drink them when necessary, but hardly touch them, really. Gotcha. I like energy drinks, but I do try to keep it to moderation. Because I know too many, and I'd probably end up in the hospital, and I don't want that. I do enjoy Red Bulls for the taste. Gotcha. Anybody got a number guess? I'm hoping, hopefully before 9,000. We're gonna be able to make that joke soon. It's over 9,000! Maybe not tonight, but we are creeping up on it. Vegeta and his scouter breaking thing is basically a meme at this point. A funny meme, but still a meme. I do like that they've made Pumpkin support in the, what was it, Maze of Muratos or something? I think it's kind of a play on Day of the Dead, maybe? I hope other classic duelists get some, like, revamped cards too, like maybe Weevil or Rex or something. Maybe some stuff for Keith too. I don't know. Yeah, for sure. Going back to the sticker thing though, I think I have like 3 different sets. I even had ChatGPT whip up a image for a fusion between a Gasai, old school machines, a lot of fun to play, yeah. The fusion was between Gasai, American McGee's Alice, and the female character from Dead Mount Deathplay. It made for an interesting fusion, not only between the characters, but like their personalities as well. Because they're like a triple type personality and stuff. Made for a very interesting fusion description. Plus, I thought it'd be kind of fun to merge the 3, just to see how that would turn out. Like I said, the results didn't disappoint. They were pretty cool. It is pretty cool, pretty wild, yes. Another more adult-themed anime is Dawn to Dawn. I don't think they have another new season until 2027 sometime. The first 2 seasons are pretty good, honestly. I like the whole dynamic between the main character and the female lead. I guess I'm kind of a sucker for like slice of life stuff. And it's always nice when they throw in like an occasional plot twist or something that you're not expecting. Helps keep things fresh. Haven't seen that one, but it's pretty good. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's got a lot of like adult themes to it, but you can get past that. I mean, it's a little on the weird side, but I like it. I don't know if Crunchyroll still has this deal going, but I'm currently on their little special deal where for like $2.99 or so, you can get like 3 months of it on like the middle tier, and then it goes up to whatever the full middle price is. So I'll be using that and watching some anime every once in a while. And eventually cancel it out, but I like watching Crunchyroll. I like watching some anime. I'm a couple seasons into Rent a Girlfriend. That one's pretty good. Like I was saying earlier, I like the dynamic there between the male and female character. They have some wholesome moments. There's also some adult theme stuff, but you're gonna get that with just about anything anymore. I think in the later seasons they ended up switching out, I think, both the male and the females main character voice actors. I could be wrong. I know they at least changed the males, or maybe they sounded older. I don't know. Yeah, unavoidable nowadays. I still say, though, if they were to make a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers anime, that would be fire. Like, that would hit hard. I think that would go over really good. I'm actually surprised they haven't done more, like, animations with, like, Shadow the Hedgehog and stuff, too. Like, maybe give Shadow his own anime. I think that would be amazing. Especially if they went over, like, the Black Doom stuff and all that. You know, his origins, or maybe stuff in the future, perhaps. Yeah, Power Rangers is really good. I think I got up to about Lightspeed Rescue or somewhere around there. Maybe a little Time Force, and then I kind of dropped off for a bit, but it's really good stuff. And, like, when the villains do get a win, like, they hit hard. Like, I'm talking, like, Dinozord destruction, Thunderzord's going down. You know, when they get a victory, they get a victory. Like, when Rito Revolto first showed up on the scene, him and his little minions made quick work of the Thunderzords. And honestly, of the villains, Rito Revolto was one of my favorites, just because he's literally a giant-ass army skeleton. I thought that was one of the coolest design choices they ever made. And then, of course, you got Scorpina. Scorpina was awesome. Basically one of, I guess you could say, Rita's female lieutenants. And then there's Goldar. Like a whole bunch of cool characters. Zed was really cool too. Shame his voice actor passed away a couple years ago. I still kick myself for not getting his autograph. I could have. Like, I saw him at a convention, but I was too shy to even consider doing that. But now I wish I kind of had. But you can't turn back time, so... Unfortunate seal life, unfortunately. Maybe eventually I'll get around to maybe live streaming Forbidden Memories or Duelist of the Roses. Yeah, it did suck. Lost a good talent over the last couple of years. Yeah, no kidding. It is sad, but life moves on, as they say. Almost at 8,600. But yeah, if we ever get past the Death Egg Robot, or the Doomsday Zone, whatever it is in Sonic 3, then I gotta do a run back, collect all the Super and Chaos Emeralds, and then we gotta do a playthrough with Amy's character in all the Sonic games. Gonna head out, hit the bell, so I can catch you more often. Cool. Take care, have fun. We'll see you next time. I will be here. Probably around 10 or 11 tomorrow night. Yep. Take care, see ya. But yeah, you guys have been awesome. Thank you, thank you. I think this has been the most animated my chat's been in a while. Love it. And it's a little after midnight. So when I get done here, there should be... Is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. So tomorrow will be Ultra Vegito, which is Call Me Arge's fan-made Dragon Ball comic, or Dragon Ball Z Super whatever comic. It's pretty good. I like it. And the power scaling of the characters, my gosh. Like, his version of Vegito. Woohoo, he's scary. He's got a Cell Tail, he's got Majin Buu powers of absorption. Like, he's got so many, such a big bag of tricks up his sleeve. Like, you never know what this guy's gonna do. And this Vegito, he's seen some shit. Like, if you watched Arge's comic from the beginning, you would know what I'm talking about. Like, you gotta start from the beginning. The voices take some getting used to, but the storyline is top tier. Can't say it enough. Arge is an amazing story writer. And he does a lot of it himself. We'll be trying to catch more of you. Stream typically 9:30 EST. If you're up and around, would love to see you pop in. If I remember, definitely, I will try to remember. And I will look for Kev the Pokeghost at some point. So, hey. I'll have to do a little time translation later to see what that is in terms of Eastern Standard Time. But yeah. In fact, why don't I take a picture of that so I don't forget? Okay. There we go. That should help me remember. I am an Illinois person. I think I saw... I could be wrong, but I think it was like a manga image of maybe a future chapter of Super or something. And I could have sworn they had like a Super Saiyan Blue version of Gotenks or something. I could be wrong. It could have been Gogeta, but... I'm in AZ, or possibly Arizona, so it's 6:30 my time. JST, easier to say than EST. Yeah, I could understand that. Or just something like that. But yeah, it's always fun to run around or run into people from all over the world. So 8:30 my time? Possibly? I know I'm in the US time zone, so somewhere around there. Do you have a certain streaming schedule you go by? I know I typically try to go Monday through Fridays, because that works for me. And then I basically take the Saturdays and Sundays off from streaming, usually. Unless I really want to stream real bad, then I might. But it's usually during the day, during those days. Seen Blue Vegito before, dying to see grown-up Gotenks, and yes, in the Arizona of USA. Gotcha. Yeah, it would be nice to see an adult version of Gotenks outside of, like, Super Dragon Ball Heroes and stuff. I still say it was kind of wasted potential for him to not be in GT. They could have realistically done it, but they didn't. Monday we read. I just read old books. Then Thursday and Saturday, Pokemon art giveaway and hang out. Nice. Cool. Maybe eventually, like when I've got more free time and finances or something, maybe I'll eventually print off some of these stickers and maybe, I don't know, sell them at a convention or something. I think that'd be kind of cool. Have my own little booth. Eventually I want to turn my comic into like a physical media. Only make 2 copies and give one to someone as like a special gift. And then maybe make other comics where I actually maybe go around to sell them or something. But I'd have to draft up characters and all that sort of stuff, which takes a little bit of time. But yeah, ChatGPT is pretty helpful if you're excuse me, wanting to make like your own little fan comic and stuff. And then there's certain websites you can go to where you can generate music tracks. But I think to get the rights to it, you gotta pay a little bit of a fee. But, I mean, those two combined, not too bad. What type of books do you guys read? Just out of curiosity. I also heard they're remaking the like old Pokemon manga. I don't know if they're doing like a hardback or something, but I've heard they're bringing that back. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Two hours already, that's pretty crazy. Write the lyrics to all my music and use AI to generate the music. Got tired of copyrights. Gotcha, yeah. I can understand you there. Like, I get the whole idea behind copyright, but in a way I think it's kind of stupid too. Like, I get wanting to protect things, but I think sometimes they go a little too far with some of that stuff. Especially if someone's intention is to try and help people out, you know? But it is what it is, I guess. We had to read from the public domain, so I'm not copyrighted. We've used certain things. Reading the John Carton series now. Gotcha. So they try and like copyright strike people on books too, or all the Christmas and Halloween classics? Nice. Yeah, no kidding. Some stuff is really petty, I will agree with that. Funnily enough, the original channel mascot was not the one on screen. It was like a red version of that with no eyes. And I eventually had ChatGPT fix it the way I wanted it done originally. So that's how that came to be. And I think it turned out really amazingly. Both the excuse me, the YouTube and the Twitch logo. It's really good at making like banners and stuff too. Like ChatGPT can do a lot of stuff. You're monetized, so you can make money off of people's work with public domain or out of copyright, and you can use them however. Yeah, it does help when you can make money on stuff. But yeah, if they ever get Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald onto the Switch, we will go for a Mudkip, a Torchic, and a Treecko in the color-coded respective games. So obviously, we'll do Mudkip and Sapphire, Torchic and Ruby, and Treecko and Emerald. It was a grind and a half, but very worth it for the community we built. Definitely. I know those struggles. I don't exactly remember when I started this channel. It might have been 2021. It might have been before that. But I feel like I've been doing this off and on for at least 5 years, maybe. And I'm somewhat, you know, making progress, which is amazing. But yeah, hopefully, eventually, everyone makes some progress on their dreams and their hopes. And maybe eventually we can get some of the darkness lifted out of this world. But yeah, if we ever find our Dark Frog, maybe we can start going for that Salamander, which is almost at half odds. I wish you guys luck in your little community. Hopefully it continues to grow for you. Excuse me. Keep at it. Consistency is key for sure, and you'll get there eventually. If that's what you're hoping, we'll do what we can to help you out. Thank you, thank you. Keep grinding away. Eventually I'll make my dreams a reality, hopefully. The fact that I'm almost at 100 subscribers, that's awesome. That does bring a smile to my face. Like to say, hope is irrelevant. If you want it, make your own luck. You got this. Thanks. I find it funny how the YouTube symbol says there's no one here, and yet I'm still seeing chat's messages. I think these things are a little broken. Usually it's pretty good about keeping it updated though, so I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I think Hope has a little bit of stuff to play in it, but yeah. Most of the time you gotta make your own hope and luck. You are correct in that. Plus I like streaming, I like trying to bring a little bit of light to people's day, so eventually I'll maybe turn my hobby into something fun, but gotta keep grinding away till it happens, so. I do find it kind of sad though that American McGee's third Alice game got shot down by EA. Like I think crowdfunded it or something, and he brought the proposal and they just straight up turned him down, I think, and he was really heartbroken about it. I feel bad for the guy. Especially when he poured his heart and soul into it, you know? Yeah, that counter is broken. Hope is important, you're not wrong. We all need that sometimes, definitely. Hey, there we go. We have a 1. Maybe it's a little behind because of frames or something. That might be part of it. That would make sense, actually. That would have been amazing had they agreed to it. Sadly, it didn't happen. Yeah. I mean, at least the first 2 games got to be made, so that's something. I really like the first one. I'm pretty sure that Heretic 2 and Alice, like the original one he made, were made on the same engine. Like the Quake engine or whatever you want to call it. Because you could tell by like the gameplay and everything that they played very similarly. And graphically. Hello, hello, double chat. Let's see. No blue border, no golden star. So you are not the shiny yet. how certain Yu Hakusho characters would be if they, like, were fused together. I think a really interesting fusion would be, like, Kurama's intelligence with Hiei's savagery. I think that would be an interesting fusion, or maybe, like, Hiei and Kuwabara, just because of the, you know, contrasting personalities. Or Yusuke and Kurama or something, you know. There's some interesting fusions that could come out of Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, Kuwabara and Hiei would be... they'd be a pretty interesting character fused together. $8,600 times. Do you go till you do it, or do you keep take days? I kind of go at it until I get tired, and then I pick up in the next stream. So we take breaks and stuff, but I'm gonna try and get as close as I can to probably 9,000, but we'll see when I get tuckered out, as they say. Never seen enough to know. Bleach was the other anime I was really into. Gotcha. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is really good. I highly recommend it. And the funny part about Yu Yu Hakusho is their seasons, normally an anime season is like 12 to 13 episodes. Yu Yu Hakusho, 26 episodes per season. I mean, there's only 112 in total, but still. That is a lot of content for one season. Back when, you know, they had longer running series and stuff. That was one show I never missed. I love that show. Eventually, I do want to get around to watching Bleach, though. That would be interesting. Good season? A little confused. I mean, I'm kind of following. Oh, season size. I get you now. Duh. Took a second to register. I'm like, wait, what? But I'm caught up. I get what you're saying now. I swear, I think that is one of the few animes that actually has an episode season size of that magnitude. It's one of my favorite stories ever, for sure. It's a long one, but it's worth it, yeah. For the longest time, like, I was looking for that anime, actually, Yu Yu Hakusho. Couldn't remember the name of it, and then I saw it at, like, an anime convention, or it popped back in my head. I'm like, right, that's what it was. Because I hadn't seen it in so long, I'd kind of forgotten the name, so I was happy. Tired of punctuation, it's suffering, yeah. I think I went to an anime convention once where they had either all of them or a certain portion of them, and then maybe later on there was the other ones at a different convention, or I went to Walmart or something. Regardless, ended up getting all of them eventually, and then binged basically the whole series. Another one I like is, it's on the darker side, but The Future Diary. I really like that anime. Oh, the English language. Such a primitively annoying beast, isn't it? So many different things or ways to say things. It's crazy. I'm wondering if there's like any other old school animes that have a similar season length size to Yu Yu Hakusho. Maybe, I mean, One Piece isn't exactly, it's kind of modern day, but kind of old school too. I think it's got like 1,000+ episodes. I think the only other semi-animation that ties with that is like maybe The Simpsons. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if I went to sleep eventually and I see a couple extra numbers pop in later on. Be kind of funny. But yeah, I definitely respect the grind of the YouTubers and the Twitch streamers, because it's not easy, definitely. Takes a lot of work, patience, dedication, and some blood, sweat, and tears a little bit. Not so much blood, but you get what I'm trying to say, basically. Takes a lot of dedication and stuff. Some animes are just one long continuous season. Yeah. I mean, if it's got a really good plot though, it definitely makes it worthwhile. Really close to 9,000, but I don't know if I'm gonna hit that tonight. I might actually end up crashing before then. I already feel the night's starting to catch up to me. But yeah, when the animes get really long though, as long as they've got a good plot, it's definitely worth watching. I get wrapped into stories real easily too, so I can definitely understand you from that point. Especially if it's got like a really good plot, like stuff that draws you in or emotionally, whatnot. Sucker for stuff like that. Fading fast myself. I don't know how much longer I can last. It's been fun having you here, but why don't you go get some sleep so you take care of yourself? I won't be going too far away. I'll be streaming every once in a while, so you'll always get a chance to catch me live. But yes, it's been a pleasure having everyone here. I enjoy it. I love it. brightens my day. Hopefully brightens yours. Hopefully you get a couple laughs out of it. You know. I say reset, game. I only pushed the button about 3 times. Eventually the frog will change color. Well, let's see. Magikarp could be a hunt. Voltorb or Electrode. Hitmonchan and Lapras. Had fun hanging out and talking about stuffs. We'll see if we can get more ghosts in here in the future. I would love it. As we'll see you in the future, and enjoy your sleeps. Looking forward to it. Makes me wonder how some of my other chatizens are doing. Like, say, Moondrop or Victoria. It's been a while since I've seen Victoria. I think that's her YouTube name. I wonder how she's doing. Last I knew, she was trying to get a shiny Bulbasaur in Ultra Space. So I hope that worked out for her. I might just aim for maybe 47, or not 4,700. 8,700 maybe? Hope to see you tomorrow, a bit in mine. If you can, if not, for sure pop in the next one. Cool? I will try to remember to look for Mr. Pokeghost, or however you prefer to be. And we'll see if I end up popping in or not. But pleasure to have you, and we'll see you in the next one. I said reset thing. Speaking of which, I wonder how my cousin Austin's doing. I know he sometimes streams on Twitch. Night. Yeah, I might end at 8,700. I'm starting to get tired. I can always do a day stream in the morning or something, maybe early on. Maybe around 10 a.m. go to at least 8,700. That machine's gonna drive me crazy. I hate when that thing goes off. It's so annoying. Well, it's basements for you. Oh, I'll deal with it. I'll manage. I always do. I think Friday we might do a combination of Pokemon Champions, maybe on Twitch, and then on YouTube maybe try a, what do you want to say, Great Marsh Hunt in BDSP. So that way I can somewhat try to take part in Safari week or month or whatever I want to call it. 50 or 57. 8,700 is a good stopping number for tonight. Unless the Bulbasaur wants to be really nice to us and shine early, but I highly doubt that. Even for an over odds hunt. But we'll see. We shall see. Oh. You know what? I think I'm gonna do 2 more. And then I think we're gonna call it good. Because the poor little ladybug, I think he's ready for sleep. Exhaustion's finally hitting me, so... Much as I would love to do another 30, I don't think I have the energy for it tonight. So... we'll do what we can, and then we'll say nighty-nights. that. Only negative 3.4 frames. That's not bad. Unfortunately, I am tired and I am sleepy. But I need to remember, check out Kev the Pokeghost later. Sometime tomorrow. Well, aka today, but you guys know what I mean. Anyway,